We're at the airport and we're on our way to Seattle.
Hit it!
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
And right after that, I set my camera down and I didn't record anything else for the rest of the trip. I figured, you know what? I've got this time with my wife, alone without the kids, and it's better to just be with her and hang out and have fun. If this is your first time watching, I'm Josiah Douglas. I don't usually go on trips and stuff. I mostly just do this right around my own neighborhood, but I do biblical inspiration and motivation here on YouTube 5 days a week. If that's the type of thing that you're into, go ahead and hit subscribe and we'll do this every day together. In the beginning of Exodus, it's a few hundred years since Joseph and his brothers have died, and the nation of Israel is getting bigger and bigger within Egypt. And the Egyptians are starting to get worried. So they put the Israelites into forced labor and they do all kinds of things to try to get rid of the Israelites altogether. But we see in verse 12 that the more the Egyptians try to persecute and get rid of the Israelites, the bigger they get and the greater their nation becomes. We see the same thing paralleled in the early church in the book of Acts. The more that the Romans and everybody else were trying to get rid of the Christians, the more fervent the Christians got, and the more that the good news spread. Throughout history, every time there's a move of God, there's a pushback and a persecution by the enemy. They try to make it stop. They try to make us stop growing. They try to make us stop talking. But every time through that persecution, we grow. The gospel spreads. God's people expand. As we come into a time of persecution against the church and persecution against people of morals and Christians, hold fast. Do more. Don't stop what you're doing. Spread the good news. Because every time there's a persecution like that, the gospel spreads. God's people grow. Through the persecution from the Egyptians, the Israelites saw great miracles. An amazing move of God happened. They were freed from the Egyptians and finally formed a nation of their own. The same thing happens when we're persecuted. Through persecution, the gospel spreads and Christ's church expands. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button, drop a comment below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get notifications every day when I come out with a new video like this. Thanks, guys. I guess I'm not walking away.